Welcome to another episode of Edible Eric Eats. Today's episode, we're going to make one of the recipes that you guys have, the ginger glazed carrots. So to set that up, first I'm going to show you guys, I'll give you a little refresher on a rondelle cut on a bias. So the recipe calls for rondelles on a bias. You can see I have most of it prepped up, but I'm going to show you a couple carrots real quick, just since they're fresh. All that means is a thin cut on a bias. You want to make sure that these cuts are even. You could do them any size, any thickness you would like. Just make sure that they're consistent across all of your product. I am doing them about 1/4 of an inch, and you can see that they're, uniform. And the reason why you want that is so that they cook uniformly. They cook at the same time. Bias cut rondelle cuts are really great for a lot of different things. They make your cuts look bigger. They make them look more appealing. This would be great for, a veggie platter. They just look nicer. Now we're gonna go ahead and blanch and refresh our carrots. We have our carrots right here. You wanna make sure that you have your ice bath set up. Pro tip, put a little basket strainer in your ice water and you can remove them all without having to fish through ice. Whenever you're blanching and refreshing, you always want to make sure that you salt your water. There should be some salinity to the water. This way, you infuse that seasoning into the carrots as they blanch. Water to be boiling, you want it at a rolling boil. We're gonna do it in 2 batches as to not overcrowd the water. So while these couple are blanching, I'm gonna show you to start the glaze for your carrots. So we have a little bit of stock. Make sure that you're using a meat-based stock. You need that thickening that you get from the gelatin to make this into a glaze. Veg stock simply wouldn't work because it doesn't have that gelatin in it. We're gonna add our butter, our sugar, our minced ginger. We're gonna let this come to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and let it reduce till it gets syrupy. And I'll show you guys what that is. You let your carrots cool for a second. See how easy it is when they're in a basket strainer? We're gonna drain them off. We're gonna place them in the bowl and do our next batch. As you can see, it's reducing. It's starting to get a little thick. You want that. You see how the bubbles? You see how the bubbles have this like hold together and they have this almost like sheen to them? That means you're getting to the right consistency. Our glaze is a little syrupy. This is our sauce. It's been reduced nicely. It's got a nice syrupy quality. The color of your sauce will vary depending on the color of your sauce you started with. We had a little darker stock, so our sauce is a little bit darker. Then we're gonna set this aside and wait for our carrots to be done. Carrots are boiling. We wanna check them. Our last batch of carrots has been blanched. We're draining them off. We're gonna put them on a container. At this point, if you wanted to do this ahead, you could stop right here with our sauce and our carrots, put them and refrigerate them until you wanted to serve them. But we're gonna finish it up real quick. This part's super easy. We're gonna take our carrots, put them in our pan. We're gonna add our sauce. You could have reduced the sauce in the saute pan. And we're just gonna warm this over low heat. Now we're just gonna let this get nice and warm over low heat so we don't burn anything. Remember, everything's already pre-cooked and pre-done, so we're just kind of reheating it and adjusting the seasoning at the end. Our carrots are nice and hot. They're looking pretty glazed. The last thing we need to do, season them. Again, I'm gonna say this every time. With salt, always add a little bit because you can always add more. So taste it. And we're gonna plate this. Now this whole batch is enough for like 4 servings, I believe it says. I'm just gonna put them in a bowl so you can see them. And here you have your ginger glazed carrots per the recipe that you guys have. Again, try it. It's delicious, simple, easy to do. So enjoy, guys. Go on and keep on eating.